If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
I'm Rodney Williams.
And I'm Travis Holloway. Welcome to the Wealth Break Podcast, a real conversation about finance.
Let's be honest, building wealth doesn't look the same for everyone.
I feel like sometimes being broke is a cycle and that we might have to revisit that.
And we're not stopping at success stories.
What happens when it doesn't go right? How do you cope with it?
Because wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating a life where you thrive and help others do the same.
Listen to the Wealth Break Podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
Check out Vizio's complete lineup of home entertainment. From stunning smart TVs to immersive soundbars, Vizio has you covered. Experience entertainment like never before with hundreds of built-in apps, including Watch Free Plus for free live and on-demand TV, all ready to go right out of the box. You can even stream your favorite music, radio, and podcasts with the iHeartRadio app, available on every Vizio smart TV. Transform your entertainment with incredible picture quality and next-level audio. Visit Vizio.com today.
This is the JB and Sandy Show on Austin's 80 station, 103.1, streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
JB found something out interesting about Robert Redford. You know, he passed away the other day. He was 89 years old, and we'll get to it in just a second. Remember to grab the podcast version of the show. It's available every day. Search JB and Sandy where you get your podcast. Real quick, though, I got to give a shout out because oftentimes I chuckle a little bit at local news outlets that try so hard to find the local angle on any story. And they really sometimes are pushing a round peg into a square hole. I mean, but this one was pretty interesting. So hats off to KI. They had their CBS Austin. They came up with this. Did you know that one of his movies is about Barton Springs?
Did not know that.
About Barton Springs,
yeah.
no.
The movie was called The Unforeseen. It's a documentary directed by Laura Dunn. It explores the environmental battle over development threatening Barton Springs. Of course, the famous natural springs fed pool in Austin. Robert Redford served as an executive producer and narrator, drawing from his personal connection to the area. He learned to swim at Barton Springs as a child because his grandparents lived here in Austin.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know about the Austin connection with Redford. I had no idea.
I didn't either. The film highlights the conflict between the urban sprawl, property rights, and conservation efforts, including the Save Our Springs movement. Willie Nelson is in it. Ann Richards is in it. It was at the Sundance Film Festival. So it might be worth checking out. That's pretty cool.
Sundance, yeah, and he helped save that.
Yeah.
He talked about that.
I saw an article that said he learned how to swim in Barton Springs when he was 6. And he said the fact that all of those random, he called them sea monsters, were in the water with him when he was swimming, but he couldn't see them, like the crawdads and the stuff, you know, the little creatures that live in there. He said that's what he thinks birthed his love of nature.
Salamanders is what it's known for. Those rare
salamanders.
So what did you find out, JB?
I was listening to something on the radio. It was an interesting conversation from I don't know, 10 years ago or so, an interview that he did. And I think this is a very rare thing for men, but very common with women. And that was, as an actor, he had a hard time proving himself as a legitimate actor and a serious person because he's so good looking. Right?
When he was in his younger, when he was first starting.
Even when he aged, he's just a good looking man and he couldn't be taken seriously. It was like a beauty contest. When people would write about him, the interviews, it was always about his looks. And that's probably why they didn't say it directly. It was a short piece I caught. But that may have been a lot of the reason he decided to direct and do all that, because he just couldn't be taken quite seriously enough.
Oh, what a horrible problem.
Bad for him.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Horrible problem to have.
Poor Robert Redford.
Poor Robert. Oh, poor Mr. Redford. You're so good looking. No one takes you seriously.
Okay. It's very funny when you talk about it with a man, but I do think a lot of women deal with this. They are not taken seriously in the workplace.
Yeah.
You know?
I would agree with that.
Probably a lot with actresses too. They're not just a pretty face; they're legit, and maybe that's why some of them do these roles where they, transform and are a really unattractive character, just to be taken seriously.
I think it's definitely. I would say we've definitely gotten better about that in the last 20 years, though. I mean, I think in the 1970s and 80s, that was really bad. Like a woman couldn't be taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's been a lot of progress in that space. You know what I mean? In that area. Tricia, what about you?
What do you mean, what about me? Do I agree with you?
Do you think it's gotten better or worse?
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely think it's gotten better. And I think the one I remember the most for me when I feel like it tipped was when Charlize Theron played the serial killer in that movie Monster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Charlize Theron is the hottest thing going at that time. And then she was just horrible. They made her look horrible in that movie specifically for that role. Sydney Sweeney is doing it right now. She's the hottest thing going right now. And she's playing that boxer. Looks nothing like herself.
Right. But here's something I'm curious what your take is. It don't go out and in your 20s and early 30s and be this hoochie mama. You know what I mean? And then when you're older, expect everyone to take you seriously.
If you acknowledge that you're just a pretty face.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example of someone who should have never opened their mouth. This sounds bad, but you'll follow. Anna Nicole Smith.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Always remember she was the guest girl.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be in the department store and see those posters of her, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then she wanted to be on TV and film, and she was on. If we never heard her speak, we'd all still be enamored with her. She'd still be alive.
She ruined it.
Ruined it.
Yeah. Instead, the lasting memory I have of her is with the clown face paint on.
For me, the flip side of that for me is David Beckham. And then he talked, and I was all, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, David Beckham. Yeah, because he sounds like the Geico lizard.
I know. I was all.
I swear to God.
Quiet, David Beckham.
I keep waiting for David Beckham to go, more, please. Have some more, please.
I always said David Beckham should be seen and not heard.
Yeah, but boy, that's interesting. There's some people like, hey, I guess you don't get everything, right? It's Robert Redford.
Well, it does seem it's like if you had the choice between incredible looks or incredible intelligence, which would you take?
I'm going for looks. For sure. I feel like
I think life would be a lot easier.
Okay,
a lot easier, yes. And you're probably going to make a lot of money too.
What does the incredibly intelligent person look like? Good, bad, or average?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're a potato. You're
a potato.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out for Mark Zuckerberg. It worked out for Mark Zuckerberg. It worked out for Elon. Not exactly.
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean?
These guys are really smart.
But look how hard they had to work.
Right.
You'd rather just look like Brad Pitt and have life come pretty easy for you,
Not
right?
that he doesn't. Yeah, I mean, he probably still works pretty hard, but
he has talent for sure. He's got got both gifts from God, talent and looks.
Yeah,
but
God, you cannot tell me God doesn't play favorites.
Oh,
you cannot tell me that.
Does.
Because
he absolutely does.
Yeah. I haven't answered that question yet. Now that you put it that way, the working hard and the intelligence. You know what? I'll go with I've never been either. That's the problem. I'll go with a good looking. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
1031austin.com.
This is the JB and Sandy Show on Austin's 80 station, 103.1. Streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
JB was at Central Market with his daughter yesterday. Saw something they thought was real cool, only to be disappointed. They'll tell you about it in just a sec. If you're just joining us, a couple things to remind you of. And one of them is that if your kids or grandkids or nieces or nephews are between the ages of 5 and 10, and they want to light the Zilker tree. The competition is on. Tell everybody what they need to do, team.
Yep, the Zilker Tree Lighting Contest has started. They are taking submissions now. The deadline to have them submitted is November 1st. So go to the City of Austin website. They will give you all the rules, ins and outs, how to mail it in, how to submit it online. Ages 5 to 10, and the deadline's November 1st.
I'm going to be, I guess it's a name dropper, but you said Zilker Tree. Jay Watson is one of the, I think is the chairman of the board for the Tree of Lights. And been a longtime friend, and I'm playing golf with him in a couple of weeks. And I can't wait to talk about the Trail of Lights and tell him what a good job that they've done with it over the years. It's always a big attraction.
It's almost gone away a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, you've always heard about the mythical moon towers of Austin. That tree is a moon tower.
Yeah, it's not even a pole.
Right.
It's a pole with lights, but yeah, it's an old school moon tower. And then it could just be in my head, but for some reason, I feel like it's always rain delay for the opening of the Trail of Lights.
Yep.
It happens. My nieces would be, they're supposed to perform there and dance for the opening. Oh, it's delayed. It could just be in my head.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just like, that must be the rainy season big time, because it gets pushed back quite often.
JB, tell me what you saw at Central Market yesterday.
Okay. So I dig motorcycles and stuff like that. Motorsports, motorcycles, any boats, anything with a motor, with gas. So I'm sitting there. I was waiting to meet up with my daughter. She lives in that neighborhood by Central Market, and I see this guy having lunch. I'm like, that's an interesting outfit. And then he gets up to leave, and he has so much gear on, these big boots and this clothing with all these thick pads. I mean, he practically looked like a stormtrooper from Star Wars.
Did he have the big pad in the back of his jacket? They use that. If they fall off the bike and they slide, that protects them. Yeah.
Right. It can protect your spine. And then I thought, man, this guy's pretty extreme. I wonder what kind of bike he's on. So I'm imagining it's some insane sport bike. And so I'm kind of watching from the patio to see what he gets on. And
you want to see what kind of motorcycle he's on? Thinking maybe leftover from MotoGP or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just, I'm curious about it. And then he gets on puts his helmet on in his stormtrooper outfit and gets on one of those extreme one wheels.
Oh,
where you just lean forward and go really fast. And I'm like
those balancing skateboards with the wheel in the middle.
Yes.
Oh, geez.
Which I get the place for those. Those are cool. They're fun. But why would you ride one? For convenience, to use the bike lane, zip through traffic. Okay, putting all this crap on is not convenient.
Right, you negated the convenience.
The time it takes for this man to have put on all that gear, he could have been there in a car already.
Maybe JB, he dropped his motorcycle off at the shop and then just got on his one wheeler.
That's a good theory.
Maybe that's what it is.
And then it was something weird. And then after that, on the way home, I stopped at Joe's Coffee on Congress, and I see this guy coming down Congress towards the Capitol, which is really up Congress. But it was downhill. And he's on one of those one wheels with the helmet. And this guy looked like, so the other guy was a stormtrooper. This guy looked like Darth Vader.
Wow.
And I swear he was leaning into it. And you know how all those cars are backed in? Like someone could pull out in front of you in a heartbeat. I'm there on a bicycle all the time. There's pedestrians not paying attention.
Drunkards.
There's kids, dogs getting loose from their parents. It's just no one's paying attention because it's all tourists.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is going easily 30 miles an hour on one of those things.
Oh my God.
Probably more.
I'm sorry, what was he on? I missed. What was
he on? A one wheel.
A one wheel.
A one wheel. Okay.
Maybe not the one wheel brand, but that same concept. And I didn't know there were any of those that could go this fast. It was ridiculous. It wasn't a one wheel. It was more like instead of the skateboard style, it's more like the giant wheel with pegs on the side of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like through the axle.
Mm-hmm.
He was outpacing traffic, so maybe he was going closer to 40. I'm like,
Wow.
dude, there's just so many things happening on that strip. Like,
JB, you're turning into the guy in the neighborhood that yells at cars to slow down.
it's me.
It's fist.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've spent a chunk of my life on two wheels in traffic, both bicycles and motorcycles, and it's there's a really good motorcycle instructor I like, and he calls things like red zone, orange alert is when things are getting kind of whoa, and then there's brown alert, which means you're pooping in your pants. But like that. Going down Congress is a heavy orange alert or red alert kind of thing. You know what I mean? There's just, anyway, I don't get it.
I didn't know they could go that fast. Maybe that's why that guy put all his stormtrooper gear on. He was going to get out there and go 40 miles an hour.
He was flying on that thing.
Anyway, I have a question for you. And I think everybody, JB's a cyclist, but can I tell you something? Like I saw it yesterday in downtown Austin. When I see someone on a bicycle and they don't have their helmet on correctly, like they've got it on like a yarmulke instead of a helmet, I want to stop them and go, oh my gosh, please let me put this helmet on you correctly because you look so stupid right now. You just look.
There's no point in having it on.
Yes. You know what I'm saying, right?
It's fun. Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've seen him on backwards.
That's embarrassing.
I've seen it.
1031austin.com.
Well, that's it. Do us a solid and copy and paste the link to this episode and send it to a friend or two. Thanks for listening.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
I'm Rodney Williams.
And I'm Travis Holloway. Welcome to the Wealth Break Podcast, a real conversation about finance.
Let's be honest. Building wealth doesn't look the same for everyone.
I feel like sometimes being broke is a cycle and that we might have to revisit that.
And we're not stopping at success stories.
What happens when it doesn't go right? How do you cope with it?
Because wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating a life where you thrive and help others do the same.
Listen to the Wealth Break Podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
Check out Vizio's complete lineup of home entertainment. From stunning smart TVs to immersive soundbars, Vizio has you covered. Experience entertainment like never before with hundreds of built-in apps, including Watch Free Plus for free live and on-demand TV, all ready to go right out of the box. You can even stream your favorite music, radio, and podcasts with the iHeartRadio app, available on every Vizio smart TV. Transform your entertainment with incredible picture quality and next-level audio. Visit Vizio.com today.